Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you the Wonderland 222 planner for 2021 in the B6 size. This is the teal color. They have two other color options, a blush pink and a black. This is the B6 size. They also have an A5 size, and they are both made with Tomoe River paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little flip through and give you my impressions as we go along. So it starts with a key and then it has 2 pages of index. This grid is, I believe, 4 millimeters. I will double check in a moment. It is slightly bigger than the grid in the Hobonichi Cousin, but it is a nice size grid. Then we move into a 4-year spread. It has the previous year, in this case 2020, the current year 2021, and then the 2 years in the future, which would be 22 and 23. Next, it has a yearly spread. This is actually really reminiscent of what you would see in a Hobonichi Weeks. It's kind of an annual overview, and then at the bottom it has some blank grid space. The next pages are the quarterly overviews, which I thought was really interesting. I had never seen this in another planner before. And so in this case, it has the weekdays and then the weekends for this B6 size, and then a note space for each month in that particular quarter. And then you move into the routine tracker and project timeline. So to me, this looks basically like what I would use for a habit tracker. And so this planner actually starts in November of 2020, which is why you have the November and December trackers. And then it moves into 2021, and it does that all the way through till December of 2021. And then you move into the kind of meat of the planner, I would say. So you have a blank notes page, and then a November overview. And then you go into the monthly pages. One thing different is the months are not all together. So you have this monthly, and then it goes right into the weekly. Whereas in a lot of these other Japanese planners, you will have all the monthlies at the beginning, followed by all the weeklies, followed by dailies or note pages or something like that. But this, it goes straight into the weeklies. And so this weekly starts October 26th because it's giving you, full November. And then when you get to the end of the month, it has a review for that month in question and then an overview for the next month. This was also an interesting page that I hadn't seen in other planner setups. And then it continues that way of monthly, weeklies, review, overview, monthly, etc., etc. And it does that all the way through December of 2021. And then you get the first couple days of January. Then after your final monthly review, you have almost 70 pages of blank, either daily spreads, or I would even use them as just blank pages. So from page 213, that's another thing, all of these pages are numbered, which is really helpful, especially if you wanted to use this for indexing purposes in the front. Everything's already pre-numbered. That makes things really easy for reference. But from page 213 until 288 is just these blank daily blank note pages. These daily pages, you can kind of see on the camera, it's very faint, but it has 3 boxes, so it's 2 half boxes on top and then 1 larger box down here. It has a timeline from 5 in the morning to midnight, and then it has a spot if you wanted to put the date, you could put the date there, or a title or anything of that nature. But all of it is very faint, so I would say it would be pretty easy to ignore. And while we're on that topic, let me show you what the weekly spreads look like. So the weekly spreads are broken up into the weekdays, have 3 boxes. They have a small blank box at the top, a long box in the middle, and then a small box at the bottom as well. and they are on a timeline from 7 until it looks like 9. And then the weekends are in this stacked format. I know that some people are having a stacked weekend just as a no-go because their weekends are busier than their weekdays. The weekdays have the timeline, the weekends do not, and they're also this shaded color. And then last but not least, as you can kind of see, it is shaded tabs. So when you close it and you look on the side, you can see very faintly where the months line up. Now, this planner is very light. The cover is this nice, it's a matte, almost suede kind of feel to it. It does tend to pick up fingerprints, I've noticed, as I've like handled it, but just kind of rubbing it down gets rid of the issues with the fingerprints or anything kind of sticking to it. The thickness, as you can tell, it's not particularly thick. Like I said, it is very light. However, I also, when I purchased this, it came in a combo pack with a blank notebook, which is essentially those daily pages that I showed you in the back of this planner. It's just a notebook full of them. And so this is 365 pages of those kind of blank spreads, along with some pages in the front for a key and an index. So in theory, you could pair these together and this gets it thicker, obviously, but I would say this is pretty much comparable. This is it compared to a Hobonichi cousin. As you can see, it's thick, but it's not hugely different than carrying this around. So that is an option if the 70 or so blank pages in the planner don't seem like that's enough for you. There is a notebook available, and then of course you could always pair this in a traveler's notebook or something of that nature and carry other inserts along with it. I am really interested to use this planner, and I will be doing a pen test and a check-in once November starts and I actually begin using this guy. But I think that is it for now. With that said, glad to be back, and I hope you all found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, but that's it for now. Bye, guys.